How I would make the DC Cinematic Universe Phase 4 Part 1. Looks like I'm finally hitting the big leagues because TikTok allowed me to start doing 3-minute videos. Let's go! So anyway, Phase 4 is going to start off with a Robins Unite, or The Boys Wonder, or some corny title like that. It'll be Dick Grayson as Nightwing and Jason Todd as Robin, teaming up, and the villain is going to be Deadshot. Now, we haven't introduced a Suicide Squad yet, so he's not, too busy. He's still just a mercenary for hire, so he's been hired to hunt down and take out either Nightwing or Robin, probably Nightwing, and they team up. And the whole movie is going to be to explore their relationship. They are adopted brothers. It'll show them getting closer because at first Nightwing is kind of upset that Batman replaced him so quickly, but throughout the movie it'll really show off their bond, their friendship, their brotherhood, and it'll lead into the next movie, the movie that everyone in the comment section has been waiting for. Everyone keeps asking about two different things. One, when is the Joker going to be introduced? In the Batman 4 movie. That's the second movie of Phase 4. The second thing that everyone keeps asking is, when is Jason Todd gonna die? Man, you guys are just evil, cruel people. But yeah, he dies here, so you guys should be happy now, right? Then we'll do a Wonder Woman 3 movie. I also just realized that in the first two Wonder Woman movies, I didn't say who would be the villain there. In the first one, it's going to be Ares. Like I said, I would like for it to just be very similar to the Wonder Woman movie we actually got in 2017. And then in the second one, I'm thinking the Cheetah, but not in like 1984, but more of a modern, a current day Wonder Woman. And then in this one, I'm thinking it'll be Firstborn. What do you think? Then we'll go into another fun movie with Blue Beetle and Booster Gold 2. And then at the end of this movie, or maybe in like the post-credit scene or something, we'll introduce Jaime Reyes. Man, I'm loving these longer video formats. This is great. Alright, so the fifth movie of the Phase 4, I'm thinking we'll do a Green Lantern Corps 3 movie. This time we'll introduce John Stewart, and we'll introduce the Red Lanterns. So what do you think? If you're liking this, go ahead and hit that like button and then the follow button. That'd be fantastic. How I would make the DC Cinematic Universe Phase 4 Part 2. Alright, so kicking this off, we're going to have a Dr. Fate origin story. Then we'll have a Justice League Dark movie, and we will introduce Zatanna, Etrigan, and Deadman. And maybe some others. Then we will have a new Flash movie with Wally West as the Flash. Gorilla Grodd will be the main villain, and Wally will get to put on a Flash outfit for the first time. He'll finally shed his sidekick role, and he'll team up with Captain Cold. I think it'll work. Then after Wally goes solo, we will have a Teen Titans 3 movie without Wally. The team's roster will be a little bit bigger this time. It's going to be Nightwing, Starfire, Donna Troy as Wonder Girl, Garth as now Tempest. We'll explain, a little bit of him leaving the sidekick role and forging a new path for himself as Tempest. And Connor as Superboy, and Roy as Arsenal now, no longer Speedy. And we will introduce Hawk, Dove, and Terra. When I say that last name, you guys know where this is going. The villain will be Deathstroke, hired by Brother Blood, who is the enemy of the last movie, and he also has a personal vendetta against Nightwing now because of the Robins Unite movie from the last part that I just did. The movie will imply that Terra, Hawk, and Dove have now been members of the team for a little while, so the trust factor there for all three of them is there. It's just not like she's a brand new member, so we don't have to worry about that. Then we'll do a Green Arrow 3 movie against the League of Assassins. Real quick, I just realized that I hadn't mentioned who the other Green Arrow villains of the first 2 movies were going to be. So the first one is going to be Merlin. I think that just makes sense. It's part of the origin. And the second one would be Onomatopoeia. And he's going to have a team around him. I don't know what that would consist of, but something big enough where Hal Jordan and Barry Allen would need to come and help Oliver. Oh, and the biggest reason that they're coming to help is because Oliver's child was kidnapped by Onomatopoeia. Okay, but back to this one. Oliver dies. Rip. Then we will get our first incarnation of the Suicide Squad. The roster will consist of Deadshot, Rick Flag, Boomerang, Diablo, Enchantress, Bronze Tiger, Blockbuster, and King. Oh, and I've decided from the first Nightwing movie that Blockbuster will be the first villain. How I would make the DC Cinematic Universe Phase 4 Part 3. Alright, so we'll get a Nightwing 2 movie where the main villain will be Paragon. This movie will focus on A, Dick Grayson being framed for murder and Paragon really trying to exploit that, and B, it'll explore the negative effects that superheroes have on the world. Oh, and in the post-credit scene we'll introduce Tim Drake, who, after he tracks down Nightwing and he tries to convince him to return to being Robin, even though that doesn't happen, and then obviously Tim Drake will become the next Robin. Then we will get one of the most anticipated movies in all of the comment sections, all the way back from Phase 1, Shazam movie. And I think we should just get the Shazam movie that we got because it was fantastic. I loved the Shazam movie. Then we will finally get a standalone Cyborg movie. I'm thinking Grid be the main villain here. So we'll basically see Cyborg fighting an evil version of himself, which is a really, really scary thought. Then another super anticipated movie in the comment section is Supergirl. And I'm thinking we have Superman in it. It's kind of an origins for Supergirl. But she's definitely the main focus. And then Bizarro would be the villain here. I think it'd be a really strong, tough opponent for Supergirl as our first villain. And it will set Bizarro up, now he's in the universe, and it'll set him up for a larger role down the road if you are picking up what I'm putting down. Then we will get a Red Arrow movie with Roy Harper retiring the mantle of Arsenal and becoming Red Arrow. This movie will focus on kind of his struggles with addiction. And he will be hunting down his villain, which in this movie is going to be Anarchy, because Anarchy killed Roy's family. It's going to get really dark. Then we will get a Black Lightning movie. Tobias Whale will be the villain. Then finally we'll get our 4th Justice League movie to end Phase 4. The roster is really exhausting, so here we go. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, who is Wally West, Martian Manhunter, Green Lantern, who is Jon Stewart, Aquaman, Mera, Cyborg, Black Canary, Supergirl, Blue Beetle and Booster Gold, who's in it this time. They weren't able to make it in the last Justice League movie. Nightwing, Superboy, because the Titans are disbanded now, so they're called up to help. And Black Lightning will come and help as well. Darkseid will be the main villain here, and we'll have a few heroes fall. Black Canary dies, which will further hurt Roy Harper's addiction problems, because he views her as a mother figure. Ted Core Blue Beetle will die. And finally, Superman will die. What do you think?